What up, Hope Biscuits? It's your girl Skitten, back at it again. I'm super stoked because this weekend I have not one but two karaoke parties to go to. I am actually in the middle of compiling my karaoke song list right now. I take my karaoke very seriously, and also I get stage fright really bad, so I try to make sure I don't sing songs where I can mess up. So I try to only pick songs that either the crowd is going to be really into, so they're going to sing with me, so it doesn't matter if I don't sound the best, or where I know I'm just going to sound really good, so like I'll be okay. You feel me? Because like I'm not trying to embarrass myself out here in these streets. You know, I feel like you get it. I feel like you guys feel me. So anyway, if you guys have any karaoke songs that you guys just love to sing whenever you go to karaoke, or maybe you just like to sing in your shower, in your bedroom, whatever, I don't judge. Leave it down in the comments below, because your girl needs some help compiling her list. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are staying safe and sanitized. Karaoke has nothing to do with the video that we are here to watch today. We are here to watch a video from the Volgun. It is SCP-2009 Thomas Hoang, something like that. Object class Keter, and it is a contagion SCP. I've never heard of this SCP, but I saw it, it looked interesting, so I clicked on it. I'm excited to see what this video has in store for us, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2009. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Samples of SCP-2009-2 are to be kept in refrigerated BSL-4 compliant storage at Biosite 98. Should an instance of SCP-2009-1 be required for testing or interview purposes, a single D-Class personnel is to be exposed to 3 grams of SCP-2009-2. Following exposure, the affected individual is to be contained in a BSL-4 compliant containment cell for a period of no less than 9 days, after which point it is to be treated as a new instance of SCP-2009-1. Infection of D-Class personnel with SCP-2009-2 is to take place only with the approval of at least 2 on-site Level 4 personnel.
Okay.
For the duration of testing, the instance of SCP-2009-1 is to be held in a BSL-4 compliant containment cell kept at 10 degrees Celsius.
Hold up. I gotta do some calculations. 10 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Damn, that's cold. That's too cold. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Humidity in the cell of SCP-2009-1 is to be kept at 0%.
Okay.
Foundation personnel are to wear Level A hazmat suits when interacting with SCP-2009-1 and are to undergo full decontamination following interaction. Following completion of testing or interaction, the instance of SCP-2009-1 is to be destroyed and its remains incinerated.
But that's a people! I'm a person. I was trying to say they're people, whatever. That's a person! What do you mean it's supposed to be destroyed? It's a person! Okay. You know what? I'm jumping to conclusions. I need to chill. Let me figure out what's going on.
Medical facilities, news media, and law enforcement are to be monitored to detect uncontained instances of SCP-2009.
Okay.
After confirmation and assessment of scale, Mobile Task Force Row 8, Mushroom Hunters, is to be dispatched to effect containment.
Okay.
Description: SCP-2009-1 is the designation for all instances of an anomalous male humanoid capable of asexual reproduction by means of spores.
Hooray for ace representation. I know that's not necessarily what you guys are asking for, but here it is.
Instances of SCP-2009-1 are genetically identical and prior to mutation display no unusual physiology.
Okay.
Instances of SCP-2009-1 are fully sapient and are capable of socializing normally up until the point of production of instances of SCP-2009-2. Instances of SCP-2009-1 identify themselves as Thomas Hoang. No
Hoang,
instance
okay.
exhibits knowledge of its anomalous properties.
All right.
All instances also have a shared baseline of memories, including childhood and early adulthood taking place in the community of Pollinsby, California. If exposed to temperatures of more than 20 degrees Celsius and humidity in excess of 40% for a period in excess of 5 days, SCP-2009-1 will seek out a darkened area with preference given to tall buildings and places adjacent to high foot traffic areas. The body of SCP-2009-1 will begin to distend and split into thin chitin-based hairs.
Ugh.
These hairs will be used by SCP-2009-1 to anchor itself to nearby walls, objects, and, if possible, draw limited sustenance from them.
Okay.
SCP-2009-1 will cease sapient activity, converting all of its energy to the production of SCP-2009-2. SCP-2009-1 will continue the production and release of SCP-2009-2 until it eventually dies of exhaustion.
Damn.
SCP-2009-2 is a microscopic spore created by SCP-2009-1, capable of infecting human beings. During a typical period of production, SCP-2009-1 is capable of producing 55 kilograms of SCP-2009-2.
We're gonna pause again so I can do some conversions. You know, I'm a dumb American. I don't know what the flip they're talking about right now. 55 kilograms to pounds, I guess. 121 pounds? God damn. That's a lot of spores.
Instances of SCP-2009-2 are airborne and infect humans through the respiratory system. With 3 to 4 days of exposure, individuals infected with SCP-2009-2 will begin to experience symptoms of nausea, lethargy, and photosensitivity.
Kind of like me after a weekend of drinking. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me take this seriously.
Begin to experience symptoms of nausea, lethargy, and photosensitivity. Additionally, individuals will shun social contact, isolating themselves from others. Within 5 to 8 days, the physiology of affected individuals will begin to change to match that of SCP-2009-1. The process can cause varying levels of discomfort, proportional to the physiological similarities between the individual and SCP-2009-1.
Oh,
Affected
no.
individuals are aware of the changes and frequently exhibit extreme psychological distress during the
that's
process.
terrible.
Within 8 to 9 days of exposure, the physiology of the subject will exactly match that of SCP-2009-1, as will its baseline psychological state, DNA, and memories. Newly created instances of SCP-2009-1 exhibit no knowledge of their lives prior to transformation.
Oh my god, so it's like a full-on replacement.
SCP-2009 was discovered when reports of a widespread infection by a previously unknown disease in the town of Missouri were made to the Center for Disease Control on 1998. Foundation agents embedded in the initial response team reported extreme psychological changes brought on by exposure to SCP-2009-2 in 46% of the town's residents.
That's damn near half, like close enough to be uncomfy. Jesus.
The town was immediately quarantined, with infected individuals being taken into Foundation custody. The CDC teams and the remainder of the town's residents were isolated until the nature of SCP-2009 became apparent. The town was destroyed and incinerated under the cover story of Freak Wildfire on 1998. The CDC teams and uninfected residents were dosed with Class E amnestics and released from Foundation custody the next day. All but 3 of the newly created instances of SCP-2009-1 were destroyed and incinerated, with the rest used for purposes of testing and the creation of instances of SCP-2009-2 for purposes of study.
And half a town? Y'all just destroyed and incinerated half of a town's population. Okay.
During the destruction of the desiccated remains of an instance of SCP-2009-1 were found in the bell tower of First Methodist Church. It is suspected that this instance was the original vector for SCP-2009-1, although it is unknown whether it was the original instance of SCP-2009-1.
Probably not.
This is Interview Log 2009-7M, 13th of November, 1999.
All right, I'm ready.
Playing log now. Interviewed. D998-120W. Abbreviated to D998 by Dr. Amadov for conversational purposes. An African female. 4 days after exposure to SCP-2009-2. Interview took place in a darkened BSL-4 compliant containment cell. Hello, D998. How are you feeling today? If you do not feel like cooperating, D998, I can turn the lights up.
Awful. I feel awful. I feel like vomiting. The light hurts. Everything hurts. What did you give me?
I'm sorry to hear that. Please describe your earliest memory, if you would.
If I answer, can you go away?
Once you answer, this interview will be complete, yes.
Okay, I was 5 or 6. My mother had to work late, and when she got in, she just fell into the chair in the living room and fell asleep. I thought she had died.
What did your mother look like?
What do you mean? She looked the same as she normally does. Short, kinda dark, yellow skin, round chin.
Thank you for...
Wait, what the... That can't be right. What did you...
Thank you. That will be all.
Oof.
And this is interview log 2009-7N, 15th of November, 1999. Playing log now. Interview notes. D998-120W had been informed that any feelings of bodily dysphoria were a result of vaccination against malign restricula.
Okay.
D998, how are you today? I'm not good, really. Oh, and why is that?
Why do you keep asking them how they're doing? You know they're not doing well. Just get to the point. Stop acting like you care how these people feel. You know they feel terrible.
There's all of this noise. Like, I'm not me. I'm people. And who are you? Thomas Hoang. I mean, I know I'm Thomas Hoang, but I keep remembering this stuff, like my dad dying when I was a kid or getting a C in art class, but it's not me. I'm from Pollinsby, not Columbus. My dad is alive. I mean, do you want to hear the weirdest part?
Obviously.
Please. I remember stuff. Like girl stuff. Like having... You know what? Never mind. I didn't just say that.
Like having a period and having the meat fall out of you while you're bleeding? Yeah, it's disgusting. It's terrible.
I think I understand. Like, you know, I'm comfortable with myself and everything. It's just... Is this gonna be a thing? No. Such a reaction to the regimen we put you on is totally within parameters. You should be over it within a day or so. Okay. Thanks, Doc. Closing statement. On 1999, the transformation of D998-120W into an instance of SCP-2009-1 was completed. Following completion of testing, the instance was incinerated. End log. This concludes today's lecture. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you're all dismissed. Goodbye.
This, I feel like, is one of the more fucked up SCP things, because, like, they're, like, taking away people's bodily, like, they're always taking away people's bodily autonomy, but, like, I don't know, something about this just rubs me the wrong way. Like, they're taking away these people's bodily autonomy, literally turning them into somebody else, and then killing them! It's so upsetting. Like, I get it that they have technically been turned into mushrooms, but that's not their fault! Mushrooms are delicious. Like, don't eat this mushroom, obviously, because it might, like, turn you into them. But I'm just saying, like, it's messed up. I don't know. I wasn't feeling that. That was very upsetting. It made me upsetty spaghetti. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave your reaction requests and recommendations down in the comments below. And other than that, peace out, Hope Biscuits. It's Skittenlit.